Hey, what's up? So I'm here to talk about 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way, The Parent Trap. Yeah, I'm a little behind, but the point is we getting it done. I'm trying to get my baby into the Air Force, so we got a lot of prep work. Anyway, moving on. 90 Day Fiancé the Other Way, Season 2, Episode 12, The Parent Trap. So let's talk about Ji-hoon, badass Drusilla. I said it, I don't care, I said it. And Devin. So the previous video or the previous episode, so it would be episode 11, it doesn't show anything. All it shows is him running, the mother running, and them crying and carrying on. Apparently he was holding her hand, and then he dropped her hand. It is nighttime in Korea. They're in an open kind of park area. He drops her hand and she takes off running. And they basically blame him. I will post a video of him running after her. He was hauling ass. He was trying his best to get this little girl. The badass little girl wouldn't be a badass little girl. Her ass wouldn't have ran off. 3-year-olds, in my mind, from my experience, my son would think it was a game. So, example, my husband was outside in the driveway and he's cleaning the car. My son's outside playing, whatever. He's 3. And my son started going, like, inching up toward the front, and he kept looking back. And my husband's like, don't run, don't run. But he thinks it's a game because we laughing. So my husband picks up his pants and he hauls ass running after my son. It is not anyone's fault if she took off. You should have told her, no, Drusilla, you do not run. You know, this is nighttime. It's dangerous. You tell her that. Instead, the mother, Devin's mother, grabbed her and picked her up and hugged her. So it's telling her, okay, we got you now. And she's laughing. The badass little girl is a badass little girl. I'm sorry. It wasn't his fault. He tried his best, and you'll see in a video, to run after her. And Devin is like, she had Taeyong with her, holding her, so she couldn't run, and she's saying, Junie, get her. He goes, and she's screaming at him, get her, get her. And he says, stop fucking yelling at me. Like, he was trying. Y'all act like he just sat there on the chair, was like, yeah, girl, come on. Come here. Come here. He didn't do that. So all that extra conversation they had was unnecessary. So then Ji-hoon walks off because he's stressed out because it was so sudden and it was a scary moment. Yes. So he goes off to calm down. Here come his mother. Junie, like, you know, like, what happened and yada, yada, yada. And he's basically like telling his mom, like, I'm over here trying to calm down. Get out of my face. Because his mother seems like she's like right here with it. So, you know, we're going to see. I don't know where the father was. We're going to move on. And then the mother and Devin go upstairs. And then at some point, Devin comes back downstairs to talk to Ji-hoon. And they're sitting on the curb. And he's like has his hand in his head. And he's just like, I tried. I'm sorry. I tried. And she's like, well, you can't be a dad. And you're not acting like a dad. And you're not doing the right thing. And he starts crying. And she's looking at him like, so? Your tears mean nothing. You always cry and nothing changes. And I'm just like, damn, girl. You have a daughter who don't have her father in her life. What happened with that? You magically, accidentally get pregnant with another random man's baby that you met in Korea. But you mad at this man who's trying to step up and he's trying his best. He is a child in his mind because clearly he doesn't have any adult tendencies. If you go from never having a child, never having experience of being around a child, taking care of a child, it's kind of different for you, and the language barrier does not help. So you chose this lifestyle. He didn't. He helped, but he didn't choose it. You chose to come over there with your badass little daughter. Then the mom comes out. And, sorry, Devin's still saying to him, do you want your freedom? Do you not want this lifestyle of being a father? And he's like, I'm trying to be a dad. I don't want freedom. I want a family. And she's just basically done again. And then the mother comes out and she's screaming, dude, your sorry doesn't mean anything. I could have been scraping her up off the sidewalk. We're in Korea and it's not helping me because you said that you was going to take care of her 5 minutes before this happened. Like, stop. Stop. Move on. Next couple. Ariella and Biniam. So Biddy is with his family, and they're saying they wanted him to marry an Ethiopian girl. They don't think it's gonna work. And then they say, what if it happens again? What you mean again? What you mean again? Like, he got a baby in America? So, from snippets, he apparently has a baby, girlfriend, ex-girlfriend in the States, that the same thing happened. She got pregnant. It didn't work out in Ethiopia. She left him and went back to the States. We don't know where the child is, if he has contact with the child, if the mother is still allowing him any kind of relationship. So that wasn't disclosed. And Ariella hasn't said anything about that. I wonder if he has told her. He keeps saying he doesn't think it won't, whatever happened at that point won't happen again. And the family's like, listen, you were stressed out, which made us stressed out. And it's just, not the best idea to have her come over here. So then he tells Ariella that, I want the baby to be baptized in my faith, which is Christian. Ariella is Jewish. I knew that nose was, but we're going to move on. So she's like, I don't believe in heaven and hell. That's why I'm Jewish. Even though my parents are not the same faith, they still believe basically the same thing. But she thinks that Christians believe in heaven and hell, and she doesn't like that. So she says, but I'll go talk to the priest. I'm changing a lot because I'm trying to conform and make it comfortable for both of us, which is admirable of her. I'm happy that she's trying and she's being open, because she's not letting him. She doesn't mind him dancing with his ex-girlfriend. So she wants to open up and see what this means for the baby to be baptized. And he said it would mean a lot to him. It's just his personal thing. I'm a Christian, so I get it. The baptism is important. And it's just what we do as Christians. So they go and talk to the priest, and she has to get the whole head wrap thing going on because they have to be covered. And they go in and they're talking, Biniam is talking to the priest, and he's like, yeah, she's pregnant. It kind of just happened. And like, he just smooths that over, and the priest looks at him like, like what? But they, and he's telling her it happened. She's not Christian, but I want my child to be of the Christian faith, and I want the baby to be baptized. Can this work? So basically, can I come and baptize my son for me, and her not have anything to do with it at that time? Or like, how does that work? And he's like, no, it can't work. She has to be baptized. She has to be Christian, and your child, because your child can't be baptized and then go home and get breastfed by someone of a different faith. It doesn't work that way. And I'm like, what? But we gonna move on, because I thought the baby was his only a baby is a soul, a single person, and milk doesn't equate to liquefying your soul, for lack of better terminology. But I didn't understand it. But Christianity varies; it's different from culture to culture and country to country. So I'm gonna leave that alone, because that's not my realm. I don't have full knowledge of that. What the breastfeeding got to do with it, but whatever. And Ari's like, no. So I don't know what they're gonna do now. Kenny and Armando, so they're at dinner, and Kenny has his daughters with him, and they're all excited and still happy. And Kenny brings a couple that he met that is basically like his parents, and I believe they're from the States, but that he can talk to them more than he can his parents. And they're just like, they're so happy, and they want to go back to San Felipe, where where Armando was from, to meet his daughter and pick up his daughter and bring his daughter back. And Kenny's like, well, are you going to tell your parents that we're engaged? And he just like, yeah, I'm going to, I got to take it step by step. But he's like, I get sick to my stomach thinking about telling my parents, like, basically that I'm married, and that, well, I'm going to get married, because they barely accepted him saying he's gay. But we hope that, it's a process, and it goes as smoothly as it possibly can. And Kenny's like, Kenny's an old school queen. Kenny said, I was doing this through the 80s, so I know how hard it is, but he wants Armando to be proud, and he doesn't want him to care. I think they're going to have to move, because in the next scenes of the episode, they're at the restaurant and they're playing, and not like kissing and touching or whatever. They're like playing with each other, hitting each other, something like that. And somebody walks by and says, "Goodbye, faggot," or something like that, which is so disrespectful and unacceptable. But people are still ignorant. It's still that culture. It's still what it is. And hopefully, like, this just doesn't hurt Kenny. I mean, it doesn't hurt Armando to the point where he just won't say anything. But I think they're going to have to move somewhere else. I don't know where, but somewhere else. Because where they are now, it's not going to work. Because he's never going to, they're going to be in the closet, so to say. And they're only going to be in the house. So I don't know. And he doesn't want to get beat up. He doesn't want to get hurt. And I'm wondering if that happened to him before, because that is a constant topic that he has said over and over again. I don't want to get beat up. I don't want to, people to try to fight us. So it's just hard to believe in 2020 that people are still homophobic. But it's a learned behavior, so whatever. 2 more to go, y'all. Yazan and Brittany. So they're going to go talk to his parents because their uncle talked to them. And he said, I talked to your parents, and that they're accepting the conversation. So they want to hear what you guys have to say, and it won't be as heated because I've broken the ice for you. So they go and they have the head wrap, and Brittany has on the abaya dressing. She has the head wrap on, the hijab. And so I did some research. I was talking to a colleague of mine I think she's in Beirut, Lebanon. And she was saying she watches the show, and she said where they are is like in Palestine, old Palestine. And that's very traditional, very old school. And they do not, they haven't come into the world. And that's why it's so scrutinized with Brittany. With this boyfriend and girlfriend thing. And because I'm like, y'all just can't date and then get married. You have to just meet or arrange and then go. But whatever. So the uncle, Yazan, his dad, the mom, they're all talking in Arabic, and Brittany is saying little phrases, which I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's different, that she happens to know all these phrases, but we're going to move on from that. And then at the end of the conversation, they're just like, the parents have agreed to let you guys see each other and go out and get to know each other and not end in a divorce and not rush. So Brittany's like, shukran, which means thank you. But Brittany says she's going to have to find the time to tell them she's not fully divorced. Girl, you did all this. You did all that. And at no point should you have said to Yazan, listen, here's the reason why. Because it's going to be a problem. Because if you wait till your dad comes next month and then you still don't get married, what you going to say is a problem then? And when you tell them, they're going to be like, nope, canceled, you're done. They're not going to be together. They ain't going to be together. Now we're at Sumit and Jenny, and they're trying to fix the apartment up, and they're painting. And I'm just like, God bless America for the modern conveniences of the world. They pick up these 8-ounce tubes. It's like 3 or 4 different 8-ounce tubes. They have this big like gallon of like those buckets from Home Depot of white. It looks like goop. And I guess it's the base for the paint. So paint don't come. You can't say, let me get red, and they shake it up in a container and you take it home and you just paint. No, you have to mix it yourself with your hand or a stick, and then mix and match the colors. I'll show you, above what it looks like. But it came out nice. They want to fix the apartment up because they're going to be living there, and he hasn't worked, I don't think. So it's something. But, it came out pretty nice. It was a good job. They did it together, and it was nice a couple's thing to do together while they talked about Sumit's brother, Amit, saying the parents are willing to talk to him and Jenny. Jenny doesn't want to go over there. She thinks she might cry, get mad. And she's like, do you think your parents are going to try to trick you again and keep you? Because the last time I'm kind of traumatized. And he's like, no. And I'm like, why would you think they would try to trick him again if they're paying for your divorce with him? Why would they try? I mean, I get it. You maybe try to keep having that conversation like, maybe, how about, could we? I don't know. But, I think they may add it in there because they don't like her, but I don't think they'll try to change his mind because they're paying for the divorce. This is what it is. So that's all I got. Ain't got no more. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos, just look at the little card above where it says suggested videos. Talk to y'all later. Bye.